Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Building Tutorials. And today I am going to be working on building some more games for the fair. Last episode, I created this brand new ride, and I also built this basketball game here, where you have to try and get the ball in the hoop. And if you get it in, you get a certain amount of points for depending on which line you get it in at. So if you make it on the blue line, you get, we'll say like 1 point. If you make it on like the green line, then you get like 3 points. I don't even know if it's possible to make it on the green line. I haven't actually done it officially. But if you can somehow manage to make it by standing on this green line, then you get a point. So the next game that I wanted to build is going to be right over here in this green tent that I've got. And this one is going to be kind of like skee ball, but because we don't really have any good way of like rolling a ball and jumping into like a hoop to score points, I'm going to build this out of ice. And it's going to be more like slide ball than skee ball. But what you have to do is kind of like the game that I did over here, where you gotta like throw the ball in one of the different colors to score points. It's gonna be like that, but this one you have to actually slide the ball. Now I might actually make this a little bit longer, so I'm gonna have to do a test here to see exactly how far I can actually slide an item. But I want to put like one hole right here. So the way I'm going to build this is probably out of slabs, because I need to have the balls actually slide. Now, what would be a good block for this? I kind of want to do sandstone. Like if I grab this red sandstone here and then grab, it has to be ice. I'm going to use packed ice so that way it won't melt. So let me see if I can find where the packed ice is. Alright, so I've got the packed ice here. I'm going to put that on this layer here. So I'm going to go and get rid of all the dirt. Fill this in with packed ice. So that way it won't melt. And packed ice works the same way as normal ice. It just doesn't melt like normal ice does. And then I'm going to put the red sandstone on top of it, because the ice effect still works when there is a slab on top of it. So if I throw an item, as you can see, it slides really far. Now, if I throw just a normal item on the ground, it slides like a little bit, like a very small amount, but not as much as it would if you threw it on ice. Now, if I did this with a solid block, let's just take wool, for example, and put ice underneath it. It doesn't give you the sliding effect. It only works when it's either on the ice itself or if it's on a slab like this. The slab has to be touching the ice. It can't be above the ice like this. That won't work because it's not touching the ice. So as long as it's touching the ice, the blocks will slide along. So I'm going to say this right here, if you can get it in these two holes, that will be the max amount of points that you can get. I'm going to go ahead and extend this tent a little bit more this way. So I'll go ahead and build the new wall right here. So it's just like a few extra blocks longer. So now that I've got that, you've got your max points there. I do also want to get rid of the dirt around the edge here, so that way it looks a little nicer. So those are going to be the max points right there. So let's see if I can actually throw this in there. I should be able to make it because I did it before. If you get like a running start, as long as you don't pass the red line. Oh, is that one going to make it? Oh, that one didn't make it. Alright, let's see. Maybe if I get like a jump at the end. I don't know if jumping makes it go any further. I think that made it worse. Alright, these blocks got really close. Let me see if I can actually make it, because I did make it the first time. There we go. That one had a lot of speed behind it. Come on. Oh, it's so close. Alright, that was a really good throw right there. Don't get stuck on the edge. Oh, it always gets stuck on the edge for some reason. I wonder if it's because I don't have ice here. If that might be stopping it. So what I might do is, instead of putting a hole, I might have to continue the ice on. Because that might be what's slowing it down, is because there's no ice there, it won't actually slide off the edge. So I'm going to try this again, but with ice. Is it actually going to make it all the way? Yeah, so I think it is the fact that I didn't have the ice there. That's what's causing it not to slide all the way in. Because now I'm able to do it, like, real easily. I don't even have to get, like, a sprint. I just have to, like, jump here at the end and then throw the item, and it'll go in. So I think what I might have to do for this game is I might have to put ice down and then get, like, a different color slab for the points. So I've got the red sandstone. So I guess I can use just regular sandstone. So if you can get it on there, then you score the points. So I think that's how I'm going to do this. So those are going to be the max points. The easiest one to get is going to be like right here. So we're going to have 3 different holes in the middle here. And then I might have another one on the side. I really wanted to have it so that it falls down. So what I might do is get rid of these slabs entirely and just have holes. I don't really like these side holes here. So I'm going to get rid of those. So you can get either 1 point. You can get the max amount of points like way in the back. Which I might have to put a hole like on the side here to make this a little bit harder. Because otherwise you can just like throw the block straight back there and get max points. Like we need some kind of challenge. Like maybe the one in the middle back will be like the hardest one to get in. Because you have to get around all the other blocks. Which it is possible to get. You gotta like throw it straight down the middle of these. Which is kind of hard to do. Let me see if I can actually get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. And these are going to be the different points. So these ones back here are going to be worth 2 points each. This one's going to be worth 5. And then all of these are going to be worth 1 point. So if you can get any of those, you get 1 point, 2 points for the back, and then 5 points if you can get in that middle one. So that's how the point system's going to work. I do need to set up the prize wall, which I am going to do that. I'll go ahead and put a chest in there. I might as well put a chest over here. The last mini game that I want to do, I don't really know how I'm going to do this one, but I kind of wanted to do like a balloon pop game. So normally you have like a big wall and there's a bunch of balloons and you have a dart and you have to pop like a certain amount of balloons. So what I'm going to do for this one, because we don't really have balloons to pop, instead of balloons, I'm going to use just like items on like a little like shelf. Alright, so for this game, I'm actually going to make this tent a little bit bigger. Just for the redstone purpose of how I'm going to set this up. So I'm going to expand it all the way over to the orange tent here. So if the new wall is like this, that's 7 blocks of space. I could add maybe like an extra block. So this is 8 blocks here. So I'll do 8 blocks of actual like board to hit the different balloons. So this chest is going to have to get moved over. So I'll go ahead and move it right there. I think will be a good spot for it. And then I am going to have to change how I do the ceiling here. So I'm going to get rid of all this. So now that I've got this floor put in, the next thing I want to do is actually put in these shelves. So for the shelves, I need to get probably some oak wood. Doesn't matter which slab it is. But what I want to do is I want to have a piston that will extend this block out to like right here. So I'm going to put a piece of wool on the shelf like this. This will be your balloon, behind here, I'm going to have a target. So if you can hit the target, that counts as hitting the balloon, and it'll retract the slab, and then it'll fall off. So what I need to do is I need to build the redstone for this. So I need to get this piston put back. I need to have this constantly extended. If I put a repeater on there, I think it's going to break. So we'll see if this works. But I have a feeling it's going to end up breaking. Let me grab a redstone torch so I can change the signal real quick. Okay, so I did actually figure out the redstone for how to get this to work. I do actually need to grab a bow for this, so I'm just going to grab one of these. And if I shoot the balloon here... Oh, it didn't actually work. I might have to change a delay because it's, I think, going too fast. So let me try this with a little delay on this repeater. So here's how I did the redstone. I have the target block, which then goes into this repeater, which then deactivates this torch, which this torch keeps this constantly on. And then I've got these two redstone bits that will turn the piston off. So it's pretty easy, but I need to make sure I get the timing right so that it actually knocks it down. So let's come on an angle here and see what's actually happening. Oh, the block is moving back. Alright, so I see what's happening. So I need to put like the block like on the back of the block, and then it'll push it off. So it's just going really fast. So I think what I might do is add an extra repeater in like this, and that I think will hopefully make it last a little longer. So let's try this again. If I shoot the target, there we go. Okay, that's what I have to do. So that will make it so that it retracts a little bit longer. Perfect. So now what I need to do is I need to find a way of recreating that throughout the board here. So, the redstone, I don't think can go next to each other because it's going to connect here with this redstone dust. I could try putting these next to each other, but I think it's probably going to end up breaking something. Okay, so I've just set up all of the redstone for the game here. This is what it looks like. You've got each color of balloon, and you can use whatever colors you want. These are just the colors that I chose. And once you hit the balloon, it's going to end up falling, and that counts as it being popped. So you got to hit all of the different balloons here, and each one of these does work. And there we go. All of the balloons have been popped. So I think the way I'm going to do this game is I'm going to give you exactly 7 arrows, and that way you have 1 arrow for each balloon, and if you miss, then you don't get them. If you get all of them, then you get like the most amount of points. So there's all the different balloons. Somehow I ended up with an extra one. Oh, it's because I had a red one on me. So that's why I have an extra balloon. So this game works out really well. You just have to try and hit all the different balloons with your 7 arrows that you've got. It's a pretty easy one if you know how to use a bow. But it's definitely a really fun game. So I think that's going to be it for the different mini games here. Next episode, I think I'm going to do another expansion to the fair here. Add in another section over there, add in a few more rides, but I think I'm getting close to the end here. Here's the redstone if you want to look at how it was made. You've got your target block, repeater goes into a block, redstone torch, and then redstone repeater with max delay on it, and then you've got your piston right here. Now, because I'm in Bedrock Edition, you can actually put repeaters on top of pistons. I think if you're in Java Editions, those would normally break. So that's the one thing that is different about this. But other than that, that is how you can set up the redstone for building one of these target games, which it works out really well. You just have to manually put the different balloons up on the different platforms, and then once it gets hit, they'll fall down. So it's a really fun mini game to play. And I forgot to build the prize board, so I think I'm just gonna do that off camera. I'll just take like some of the prizes from over here and move them over to the prize boards here, which is really simple. You just build a wall like this, get some item frames, and then just put random items in there that you want to give out for prizes. But that's going to be it for today, so I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here, so make sure to leave a like and to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.